Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but the Kevin and Zach. Kevin, I'm not going to lie.
Now we're look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh, no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
I'm so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh, my God.
Wait, what's going on?
What is
happening?
What is going on? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birdfish!
How about that?
Birdfish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care who it's against. I don't care any of it, people. A win is a win. A series win is a win. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Kevin and Zach React. The Baltimore Orioles win 7-3 in Zach Eflin's return. Honestly, hey, it's the Angels. It didn't start off pretty. Defensive woes in the first inning, a little concerning, but they got it together, put up 7 runs, a better offensive performance than we're used to. It was a win versus soft-tossing lefty. A win versus soft-tossing left. Who are we? We're a team that gets wins against soft-tossing lefties now. We might be back. We might be back, people. But in all seriousness, Orioles get a crucial game. We said you needed to sweep this series. If you weren't going to sweep it, you could not lose this series. If you lost this series, it would be absolutely devastating to an already massive downward spiral season. It would have been pack it up type vibes here. And yes, Kieran, did for Mother's Day. Shout out. Happy Mother's Day, everyone, and to all the moms out there. So hope you're having a fantastic day. Glad the Orioles could get a win to help. I don't want to say ease the pain, but it feels a lot better coming across the country back to Baltimore with a win rather than a series loss. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Like I said, happy Mother's Day. Probably going to be a little bit of a shorter show today. Not sure. Kevin is doing Mother's Day stuff, so not sure what his plans are. So we'll probably talk about the game for about 20-ish minutes. Then we'll hop right into call-ins. But wow. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be completely transparent. I like to tell you guys how it is, how I feel 100%. I texted Kevin after the Orioles threw the ball around in the first inning, leading to Zach Eflin giving up 2 runs. And I just said, just a heads up, if they lose this game, a rant is coming. I gave him the warning. I said, if they keep throwing the ball around like they were in the first inning, if they lose themselves this series against the Angels, a rant was coming. Zach Eflin, defense locks in, offense gets it done, 7 runs. Overall, the Orioles escape Anaheim with a series win. And listen, after last night, that's all you could ask for. The best the Orioles could do is win 2 of 3. You can't change the past. You already lost one of the games. You had to win this series. Had to win this series, and the Orioles get it done. Let's go through the box score while we talk about it. So, hey, here we go. Let me move to this angle. I'm loving this angle. I'm just going to say it. I'm loving this angle. Gunnar Henderson. We now have the story. Gunnar goes to Disneyland yesterday. He's a big Pirates of the Caribbean guy, buys the pirate hat. We saw Ramon Laureano. We said it was a little tone deaf last night wearing the pirate hat after hitting a home run 5-1 in the ninth. Like this one a little bit more. Gunnar Henderson, 2 for 5. He got the 2 RBIs, got the homer, scored twice. Tyler O'Neill in the 2-hole gets 2 walks, 1 intentional. Listen, I get it. The numbers technically say Tyler O'Neill smashes lefty. I don't get, especially with the way Ryan Mountcastle's swinging the bat. I did not understand at all intentionally walking Tyler O'Neill to get to Ryan Mountcastle. The Angels are the Angels. Orioles take advantage of it, and specifically Ryan Mountcastle. 2 for 4, 2-hit game for Mountie. Gets 1 walk and the RBI. So on base 3 times. Mountie's starting to put it together. You know, don't get it twisted. Mountie is starting to put it together. Adley with another 2-hit game. Both hits were hard line drives. It's what they look like in the scorebook. In the scorebook, he hit 2 very hard line drives, one being a triple. It was very hard line drive, very much a actual hit. Was not. Adley did not hit a pop-up that the guy lost in the sun and then ended up getting it tripled. So don't bring that. He hit a hard line drive. That's what happened. Ramon Laureano quickly becoming my, I guess, that I saw someone comment. I said that Ramon Laureano said on Twitter that he's becoming one of those guys that you just cherish, one of those Orioles players you just cherish. He's like a Steve Pearce-esque guy. Someone said, I completely agree. Just getting the job done. Gets a walk, scores a run, had the weirdest run scored we probably have had all season. Walk, stolen base, pick off error, gets in the third, wild pitch, scores him, gets it done. Jackson Holiday with an offer, send him down. I mean, what is that? He's now only gotten on base 15 of his last, or 16 of his last 18 games. I mean, just he's not ready. So, you know, until Jackson's getting on all 18 of 18, you got to send him down. Getting on base 16 of 18, hitting over 340 over the past 16 games. It's not going to cut it, you know. Need to get him more at bats in AAA probably. Manuel Rivera just gets it done. I don't know what it is with Emmanuel Rivera, but every time his number is called, he gets the job done. He just simply gets okay. So I know I did the whole Jordan Westburg, all he does is produce. I get that. I think for Emmanuel Rivera, we got to start saying he just gets it done. He just gets it done. Does not get a hit, gets the walk. One was ruled an error. That was a hit. That was a hard hit. I disagree with that. But Emmanuel Rivera, 2 runs on the day in 3 at bats. He does. He always comes up clutch when they need him. He comes up clutch. I love what Emmanuel Rivera is bringing to the field. And then Cedric, 2 for 4, gets 2 runs. I mean, he's starting to play. He was 1 for 33, I believe, before getting his back-to-back hits today. So love that. Loved overall just the offensive put out. And one more. How could I forget? Maverick Handley. I was going to say, I felt like I was forgetting someone. I zoomed in a little too much, people. I'm sorry. My bad. Maverick Handley, career day. I don't care that he didn't get a hit. Dude did what I have been begging Orioles players to do. And Walter, appreciate you. 2 productive outs by Handley today to drive runs in. One was a line drive fly out that scored the first run. The other, a sacrifice bunt. We were playing small ball today, and it worked out. Of course, as soon as we play small ball sacrifice bunt to get the run in, next at bat, Gunnar Henderson hits a home run. But you get rewarded. So we went small ball and then we're rewarded with the big fly. 2 productive outs by Hanley today to drive in runs. That may be more productive outs than we had in 3 weeks. Who would have thought something like a squeeze play could help an offense struggling with runners in scoring? But I agree, Walter. And Walter, appreciate you as always. This is it was a breath of fresh air to see Maverick Handley. And he talked about it in his post-game presser. He said to Melanie Newman on Masson, he had opportunities in games prior to get guys in, and he wasn't able to come out with the run production. So he was super, I guess, focused on today getting the run in. He's focused on getting the guys in. It doesn't matter how they were in it. He didn't need a hit. He didn't need a home run. It was, how can I get a guy in? Put a beautiful swing on the sacrifice fly. If it's in the gap, it's probably a double, very hard line drive. Honestly thought it was maybe hit too hard to get the run in. He gets it done. But then the selflessness to just be able to go in there and lay down a bunt, get in the sack bunt to extend the lead. It felt like Hanley. And then they're rewarded the next guy. Gets the home run. Gunner gets his little pirate hat on. So it's, dare I say, Handley's making a good case to be the old backup catcher. Catcher 2 is out there. I'm just saying it. Catcher 2 is an available spot in my mind. I'm not sure how long Gary is going to be out for. And even if he is out for, even a short amount of time, I would not be upset. And Adam, listen, I'm not going to say that Rivera is better than Urias. I think they are I think they're very similar. I'm going to put them very close. I think Urias, both of them have that clutch factor. Both of them are very, very, very solid in the field. I think we've seen Urias do it for longer. But if we're talking about 2 guys that just seemingly come up clutch anytime, I'm finding a way to keep both these guys on the roster. I understand that they're practically the same player in the fact that they're corner infielders that play good defense. They're both right-handed bats. They don't offer a lot of speed, but Urias, you can play Urias at second. You can play Urias at first. You can play Rivera at at third. You can play him at first, and obviously Urias at third. They're not going to get rid of Mateo. It just, I would not be mad at all if they kept Urias and Rivera up. So just blanked on that real fast. But C-Money also, appreciate you. Loved Hanley getting a little chatty with the kid that hit a home run, pimped it too hard. Love the fire. Maverick Handley, I think people forget he was drafted in the Adley Rutschman draft. So these guys came up there. Maverick Handley has been a guy in the organization for the long haul. Finally getting his opportunity. He has grinded his way through the minors. I am so fired up for this guy. For him to go out there and just put together quality at bat after quality at bat. He looked great receiving the ball today. He called a great game, I thought, with Eflin. He even talked about, he said after that first inning, it was a little sloppy in the field, but he felt like they locked it in. Maverick Handley, I don't want to say I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be upset if he is the backup going forward. I love his game, especially if you're going to have Basayo coming up towards the end of, August, towards September. I would give Maverick a shot. I'd give Maverick a shot. I love that he's getting this opportunity. He's just being productive. That's all we can ask for. Like, if right now the Orioles, like, if you have a guy who is straight up just producing him in his at-bats, even when it's not with a hit, like, he didn't need 2 hits to get RBIs. Sack, bunt, fly out. When you get a guy on third, we had multiple opportunities. I think it was 8 opportunities or 5 opportunities with less than 2 outs and a guy on third 2 games ago, and they couldn't do anything about it. Maverick Handley, just simply the breath of fresh air coming from him, just being productive with his at-bat, with him kind of not putting the team before himself, going, I'll lay down a bunt. If I get thrown out on a bunt, it's an RBI. If I just put it in the air, it's an RBI. Jim Palmer was talking about his swing on when he had second and third, and he was like, he is just blatantly pretty much trying to push it to second base. Ground ball to second, gets a run in. That's what he was trying to do. Love the selflessness there. I believe they said it was a safety squeeze. I think Jim said afterwards that runner waited for it to get down. So definitely a safety squeeze. Let's move on to some pitchers though. Obviously, sorry about that. Get it one more time. Obviously, Zach Eflin, kind of the star of the show. Eflin goes 5 innings, giving up the 5 hits. Really early on was where the first inning, it was just weird. 2 earned runs, both in the first inning, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. If you were going to have Eflin come back, obviously didn't have a lot of rehab starts. You take it. You take this any day of the week. Zach Eflin, once again, comes in, gets the job done, gives the Orioles an opportunity to win, and that's what they do. Sir Anthony looked great. Baker looked great. Cano looked great. Felix, the only thing I'm going to complain about, gave up a home run. But when you're up, 7-2 at the time in the 9th, be aggressive. If you give up a solo shot with 2 outs, tip your cap. Let's move on. I loved everything we saw from the pitching staff today because it's exactly what they should have done against this less talented Angels team. So it was great to kind of see the pitching revert back to what they should do against this team. Getting Eflin back in the rotation. So here's what we're going to do. You know what? I just decided this because I want to get everyone's opinion. In the chat right now, we're going to do 1 through 10. We're doing vibes again. 1 through 10. With Zach Eflin returning, your rotation, let's say, looks like Eflin, Sugano, Povich is starting to put it together. Dean's been good. You obviously have Gibson in there at 5. What is your confidence in the Orioles starting rotation right now? With all these guys, healthy, with Eflin, Sugano, Povich, Kramer, and then Gibson. I like where people are going. I'm going to go 6. I like 6. I'm feeling better. I love Sugano Eflin give me hope. I feel like 2 of every 5 games we should win when Sugano and Eflin are on the mound. Cade Povich feels like a coin flip right now. Some games he's on and you're going to win that. Some games he's totally off and you're going to lose those. Dean Kramer, after April, has shown incredible strides. He feels like once he gets locked in for the season, he locks in and he's great. Kyle Gibson, not feeling great about right now. But that's why I like a 6. If they were to get one more high end, like 2, I'd bump it up to a 7 and start feeling like, okay, this team could be, this rotation could be good. I think they can be decent right now. I like where 6 is. I have a 6 in confidence because I love what Eflin can obviously do for this team. Love what Sugano can do for this team. I love the potential of Povich. I love what Dean has shown us recently. But they got to keep putting it together. And if you can keep this rotation healthy, I'm not going to count on Grayson being back. If he can come back, whatever. If Rogers can come back and start and produce in some way, cool. If Bradish can come back, that changes everything. I don't even consider that because I see that as a bonus. If you can add one more good pitcher to this team, I think you have something brewing. Now we can get to the whole thing of the offense is actually the problem this season. I agree with that. But it's a step forward for the pitching rotation right now, having Sugano pitching the way he is, getting Eflin back, having Dean and Cade pitching the way they are. If you can get someone or Gibby steps up, I know people hate Trevor Rogers. I hate the trade too, but Trevor Rogers, we got to rely on him. He's off the IL. He's in Norfolk. He can come back if he can give you something, some resemblance of a number 5. I'm not asking for him to be this top end guy. Just be a number 5. Give us a 4 ERA. They just are being weird about it. So I'm under the impression, I don't want to say he's done for the year, but I don't have a timeline at all. So I hate kind of projecting once they get Grayson back, they could get him back in 4 weeks. They could get him back never in this season, or they can get him back in 3 months. I'm not sure. So I just kind of use that as we'll see what happens. I think if Bradish is able to return this season, I think that could be a massive addition. You cannot rely on that, though. I truly believe Kyle Bradish has the ability and is good enough as a pitcher that he can walk in August and September and take over and be a team's number one and a good team's number one. But you cannot rely on that. You cannot have in your plans Kyle Bradish to return and be a number one. You have to go get a top guy. If you want to compete this year, you still have to go get another guy. You have to get another big name. You have to get another guy that can be that number one. Because if you go get him and then Kyle Bradish on top of it is that number one, now we're cooking. Now you're cooking with grease. And I'm seeing some people saying McDermott. Yes. Do we have an update? I know this is so bad of me. Have we gotten a update on Chase McDermott and what his all right, so he's still on his rehab. So he's still on his rehab assignment as of no, okay, wait. So he was taken off. Yep. So he taken off his rehab. Sorry, he just got taken off 2 days ago. I agree. I think Chase McDermott I would love to be. I'd love to have him up in the rotation, especially if these guys continue to not produce in the back end, mostly Gibby and Morton. I would love to give Chase an opportunity. So, yeah, I'm feeling better about the rotation, especially with Eflin back. And Walter, appreciate you. Of the note, Bradish, I hope we lock up Bradish now while he's cheaper and also gives the guy a 2-year deal. 2 good stars on affordable deals gives flexibility to pay another ace. I'm going to disagree on Bradish right now. Mostly, I'm going to be so honest with you. Kyle Bradish, I believe, is under – I agree with Sugano 1,000,000%. But Kyle Bradish, let me check to make sure I get this right. Yeah, Kyle Bradish is under contract for 3 more years. I think right now, I think they're going to wait to see. Maybe if you get him cheap here, I would not be upset at all if you give him a 5-year deal. But I think they're going to, 3 years deals. I agree with Sugano though. I'd give Sugano a 2-year deal yesterday. Give Sugano 2 years. I don't care. 2 years, $40 million. Get it done now. He has shown you he doesn't need velo. I'm not worried about his arm, getting just falling off. He can't hit his high velos and it changes him as a pitcher. No, he has proven that he can go out there with his stuff and pitch and dominate in Major League Baseball. Sign him 2 years, $40 million yesterday. I'd also give Zach Eflin the next one, but I agree. Start the rotation after this year is even worse than you can ever imagine because you are losing Eflin and Sugano after this year. So I agree. Get something ready. And Suarez, yes, I saw someone say Suarez is on the 60-day IL. So he's not necessarily I don't think they're relying on him much at all. But I'm about to put the call-in link in the bio. Like I said, a little bit of a shorter show today, just with Mother's Day and everything. So I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter show. Still wanted to get some call-ins to talk about this because, hey, let's be real, everyone. We don't get to talk about wins as much as we would like to. So I'd like to. So it is now in the chat or is now in the members post. So go there if you would like to call in. Appreciate everyone. This is Kevin and Zach React. I'm Zach Bollinger. Kevin Ostreicher I don't think he's going to join. I think he's a little bit busy. We got some Mother's Day stuff today. So doing all that, doing a little bit of a shorter show today. And once again, happy Mother's Day to all you out there. We got our first call in. We're going down to Arkansas. Yo, how we doing?
Man, we're doing all right. That was a win. A serious win at that.
Win is like I said to Dr. Kill. I don't care it's against the Angels. I'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, well, a win is a win. And top 9, 5-4 Hogs. So let's hope we can hold on.
Hey,
and I
gotta hold on. That'd be 2 big wins.
I just heard the greatest Ben McDonald story that's not an Oriole story of all time. Would you like to hear it?
Let's hear it.
So he was coaching Jace's travel ball, his son. He's on the mound, bases loaded, 3-2 count. All of a sudden, Jace walks off the mound to the dugout. Goes, "Are you hurt? What's going on?" "I just need a sip of water, man. High pressure." Walks back out, strikes him out, ends the inning. And Ben's like, "Don't you ever do that shit to me again. You stay here." You could tell he said it nicely because he's on TV, but he's like,
That's
what in the world? Because the Arkansas catcher's mitt, I guess he got a hole in his mitt, so he ran into the dugout. So
that's
that
been happening a lot recently. I feel like recently in Major League Baseball too, I've been seeing the catcher mitt get messed up a lot.
That's at least the second one I know of for the Razorbacks. And then there was one pitch that got stuck in his mask early in the season. The ball got stuck in the mask and bent the mask. He had to change his mask out.
You know what? As long as you catch it, I guess it counts as a catch. You know, it counts as an out. If it's a foul tip and you catch it in the mask, it still counts. So I guess however you can catch it, Joe. I guess that's the kind of that's the takeaway.
No one advanced, so better than a wild pitch, I guess.
I was gonna say it's better than a wild pitch. At least you get that. Probably doesn't feel great.
If it's a foul tip and you catch it in your mask, does it count as an out?
That has to. It doesn't hit the ground. Because if you catch it on your body, it's still an out. It never hit the ground. If you grab it, it's an out. Now, if it gets stuck, I think, and you hit it and it falls, that could be different. But I think that's an out. That's without doubt an out.
I don't remember, but yeah, it was. I'd never seen that before. The ball gets stuck in the mask.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. I kind of want. I think it is an out. Yeah, it's an out. I like that. That's how it should be. So you know what?
You
learned something
trees
new
back here today. Cutting down some trees back here. So
love it. Gosh, what a fun Sunday.
It actually the tornado took out the tree, and all of a sudden, just a random bush popped up that doesn't need to be there. So I'm gonna take it.
It turned from a tree to a bush.
Yeah. Stumped it down, but the wind, like the leaves and stuff and things from other bushes, so it all of a sudden just started sprouting up, and we'll take care of it and burn it.
Whatever happens. I like it. Just if it's a tree, it's a bush. Just you gotta get rid of it one way or another.
It'd be nice if it grew back as a tree, but because it was a nice tree
in
the summer. But
I don't have enough. I don't know enough about trees to know why it came back as bush.
It just randomly grew random stuff from the ground. It was so.
I wish I don't know, Joe, but we'll let you get to that. Appreciate you calling in as always, my friend.
We'll see you Tuesday.
We'll see you Tuesday, Joe. Appreciate you. And as always, this is Kevin and Zach React. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Orioles win 7-3 over the LA Angels. Honestly, one of those games that just felt like a get-right game for the Orioles. They needed it with Zach Eflin back on the mound. They needed it when you get a home run from Gunnar. You get 2 hits from Adley, Mountcastle, and Seti. You need to win those games. Actually, funny enough, the only guy that really didn't hit today was Jackson Holliday, who has been the only one who has hit in recency. I mean, he felt like the only one who could buy a hit over the past few weeks. So I'm glad he gets a little off day. He doesn't have to have the offense on his back, and he gets to have the good day. What's up, Duran? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's move into our next caller. We got Laura behind the scenes. Laura, you know what? We won on a Sunday.
We won on a Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Oh, look at me. I'm a Florida Gulf Coast mom today.
I was going to say, happy Mother's Day, Laura.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to Mama Nancy. Are you there with Mama Nancy?
I am here. We're in Ocean City right now. So she
Okay.
is watching. Yes.
Okay, good. So we're going to get you back to Mama Nancy real quick. So I'm just really, really excited. I'm still not wearing the O's are back because I'm not, we're not going to say they're back yet. But today was a great day, great win. Gunner was 2 for 5. Love seeing that. Runners in scoring position. We actually hit. There was a lot of small ball today. This is
and even when they didn't hit, they got runs. Even when that's the thing, and that's what we're asking for, Laura. You don't always have to get the hit. You don't have to be the hero.
And they didn't have to get the hit. They got, they got the sacrifice fly that brings in the run. Yes. That's all I'm looking for is get those runners in. If they're on third, you got to get that runner across home. Get the man home.
Doesn't matter if it's a single, a double, a homer, or just an out. Like if you're going to get him, especially in a game at the moment, it's a close game. It wasn't like it was 6-2 at the time. It was a 2-run game. Like that run getting in that sacrifice bunt, the sacrifice bunt made a 2-run game. Now all of a sudden you're solo home run proof. That is a massive, massive win. And then all of a sudden, what happens? You get rewarded. Next batter, Gunner, 2-run homer. Now you're up for, like. That's if you keep all swinging for the fences, yep, exactly.
That is all I need. And the other thing I need more Deep Eddie.
Well, we got you. I know, Laura, we're running low. We're running low at the studio too. We're gonna get you some. We'll get you some. Don't you worry.
So yeah, this bottle did a lot of heavy lifting for Mother's Day today. So
I love it, and you know what? I'm sure it did a lot of heavy lifting watching these O's throughout the few days too. Something's got to give.
Absolutely. So that's it. That's all I've got because we were going to go ahead and get through the rest of those callers and get you back to Mama Nancy. Have a wonderful rest of y'all Sunday, and I will talk to you all on Tuesday.
Talk to you on Tuesday, Laura. You have a fantastic Mother's Day. And once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Appreciate everything you guys do. The Orioles with a massive win, and I don't want to call it a massive win, or I don't want it to be confused of why I'm saying it's a massive win of like, oh, it's just, you just beat the Angels. Yes, it's just the Angels. Of course, yes. But you cannot lose that series. And the way that the Orioles were going this season, they lose that series. Exactly. And this is the thing. It's a series you have to win. So that's why it's such a massive win. Because if you lose that series, I'm sitting here and I'm going to be honest, that panic button is not only I've been smashing it, it's in the different county we're breaking it so much. I mean, you got different pieces and different we would be hammering the panic button if the Orioles lost this game, if they lost this series, but they found a way. That's all we've asked for. That is all we've asked for from this team, is just simply find a way. We've asked it with runners in scoring position. We've asked it for entire games. And today was a perfect example. It's the Angels. It's a struggling team. Beat them. Beat them. Do not let them hang around. Get in there. And it's like, honestly, the poster boy for how we need to play baseball right now is Maverick Handley. If you get up with a guy on third and less than 2 outs, hit a fly ball. Push the ball to the second baseman like he was trying to. Bunt for a sacrifice. Find a way to get him in. Because I'm telling you right now, if this team can find a way, you do not need to win 10 in a row. If you can win every series, just win series. Just win series and you're going to be okay. You don't need to win 25 straight games. Win series and you will be good. As long as they can win series, they will be good. Slowly claw yourself back into this. You don't need to be back at 500 by the end of next week. You get over 500, you get a few games over 500, and I know people are going to hate this. If you get back to a few games over 500 by the trade deadline, July 31st, we can play some ball. You get over 500 by July 31st, we can play some ball. It's been a horrible start, but it ain't over. It ain't over. Also wanted to touch on, because I know this would be, if the Orioles lost, this would be the talk of the chat. Colorado Rockies kind of all went together at that point. Colorado Rockies fired their manager, the second manager so far this year to get fired. A little bit of weird timing, if I'm being honest. They lost 21-0 yesterday, and then they beat the Padres, who are arguably the best team in the league, 9-3 today on Mother's Day, and they were like, don't do that, Bud. Bud Black, you're out of here. Bud Black gets fired, so the second manager we see already fired, and we're 40 games in. 40 games in, we're a little under a third of the way through, and we already have two managers fired in Major League Baseball, so we will see what happens there. If the Orioles continue to lose, we will see if another manager leaves their team as well, but that's gonna do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Like I said, it's a shorter episode today. We got Mother's Day. Go spend time with your moms if you can. Give them a call, send them a text, anything you can. Let them know you love them. So appreciate all the moms out there. Appreciate my mom. Thank you for all you do. And so that's going to do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. We will be back on Tuesday as the Baltimore Orioles are back in Baltimore to take on the Minnesota Twins. And we will see you then for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. Greg's on. See you, everyone.